Semi-Mong here, part of the Game On crew, and I really need to turn down my headphones. Why are they that loud? Jesus. But in today's video, we're going to be going through the plotted plants, the summonable plants, the summonable zombies, and the zombie pot plants, or pots, sorry, not pot plants, that you can actually summon, and what best ones are to use. So you can see I've quite literally got every single variant apart from one on the potted plants, and I'm just going to run through one or two just sort of strategies and where to place them for you to use in Turf Takeover. Now, to start off with, the main ones you're looking out for within the potted plants are the lightning reeds, the ice shrooms, the bonk choy, never knew it was called that, the goop shroom, and the hill flower. So with the one, if you've got a turf takeover zone you're defending as a plant, you're better off actually using hill flowers at the back. So if you're able to, or if you need health, you can go up front and then retreat back to your defensive zone, whether they be taking it or whether you just need health, and actually heal up. And that's Old Man Gamer texting me, I'm sorry. But at the back of the defensive zone, they're going to be less targeted, meaning they'll survive a lot longer, giving out health a lot longer, and just healing your team entirely a lot longer, because they're not gonna be like go and target potted plants. If people are pushing the defensive zone, they're gonna try and push it, whereas if the heal potted plants are at the back, they're not gonna go out of their way to try and take them out. So it's very useful to have them there, and it just does that extra little bit of healing. But in terms of potted plants you actually want up front or even on the sides here, it's actually ones such as the goop shroom, the ice shroom, and even the lightning reeds, or even p-gatlins. They're really good, but just not for survivability. They die quite often. But for side ones, goop shrooms and ice shrooms are actually perfect, just because they freeze or they goop the enemy in place. So if the zombies are coming, they're pushing, they run into your freeze shroom, ice shroom, and your goop shroom, they're either going to get frozen from the ice shroom or gooped from the goop shroom, whether they're coming in from the side. It don't matter where you place these ones, because obviously they don't have to be near to the back, because they're not going to get any kills if they're at the back. They're not going to help you out. So you want to place them more up front and offensive, so they can actually attack people. But getting frozen and getting gooped is not good at all. If you play as a chomper, the goop attack is its main primary attack. You goop someone, you go up behind them, and you either eat them or you take them out with like your electric or your fire. And just being gooped in general slows you down. You can't use your abilities. So having loads of plants that group enemies or mobs as they're coming in is fantastic. The ice shroom works in the same way. It actually freezes up the enemies, so they can't even move. They can still turn, but they can't move. So that's more movement impairing. That's more ability impairing. But if you've got lack of chompers or lack of ice variants, I do suggest putting these in. And even if you haven't, put them in anyway, because if you've got a ton of chompers and ice variants that are just continuously like gooping people, chomping people, then you've just got extra ice and extra goops, or also gooping and icing people. Just putting them in place, it does help out a ton. I know I've been gooped so many times trying to take over a zone and I just die. It's insane. So I'm just going to switch over to the zombie side now and actually show you a couple of the zombie summonables that are really useful if you are attacking as a zombies, not defending. So for the plants just then, that's defending. The potted plants, ones you don't actually rise up and attack with you. But with the zombies, these are the ones that rise up and attack. And there's actually only a couple that I like to use myself. And that is, if we go on to them, these three. So you've got the screen box, the outhouse, and the coffin. There we go, screen box, outhouse, and coffin. The rest of these I do summon, but only as a distraction. So as we're running in, summon them, because they still count as a zombie in the defense zone. So if you've got a plant that's actually just completely ignoring the zombie in the defense zone, and they leave, then the zombie is going to start capturing the defense zone. But mainly, they're just used as a sort of distraction summonable. These are the ones I use to actually tank up and help me, just because if you summon an outhouse zombie, once you get through its first line of defense, it actually drops down to another type of zombie. I believe it's the bucket head zombie. So you've technically got two zombies in one, because it just shrinks down or it degrades in what type of zombie it is, making it a ton harder to actually be able to take it out. So let's just switch up the sides here, and you can see the goop shroom coming in. It's got its distance, it's slowed him down, it's gonna help out. Bam. So if I was in plan, I'd be able to come up this guy and just take him out easy. So easy. Welcome back. I've made it back as the plants. We are here on Moonbase Z. I just need to find one of the little summonable dirt piles that you can bring up. And I started off with just plants, guys, just because in the actual summonables, when you're attacking, whether it be plants or zombies, they're practically very similar. You can see I've got all of the plant variants I can summon, but only ones, once again, that I use are these three, okay? So you can see the same layout. They're practically the same, like, summonables as the zombies. Zombie with a bucket, zombie with a cone, zombie with a bucket, exploding imp. You get the gist. But these three work in the same way, so as if you summon one of these, it will actually take off the porcelain vase first, and once that's gone, it will downgrade to a bucket head plant, the one with the wooden bucket on its head. And it's just more useful, guys, having to be able to go through two different plants, technically having to destroy the vase and then kill the plant with a bucket on its head. It's so hard. Like, it's more annoying than having to kill a singular plant with just a singular plant, maybe a pumpkin plant. But all these other ones, as I said, I do use them as a distraction, but they are really good. So you've got the heal weeds and the heal zombies, which obviously do extra healing, and they run into the zone with you. So if you manage to get a few of these in the zone with you and you don't have any healing capabilities, they can just keep you alive for that little bit longer. And obviously they count as a plant or weed towards capturing the zone. You can see my plant is actually capturing the zone right now because I've not got one there. Will he actually go through the whole thing, capturing the zones on his own? I wonder. That'd be interesting. So they do have perks to them. Obviously, that explodes, doing explosive damage. These just have extra defenses, same as this one. But this one, I believe, distracts you or hypnotizes you. Sorry. It makes your screen go a bit weird, makes your movement impairing, just like the goop shrooms and the ice shrooms. But I'm going to have to switch over to the zombies, guys, and catch you in just a second. Alright, now we're on the zombies, we can go through what bots to actually be using if you're defending. So this is what I sort of rely on bots when I'm defending. I strongly believe, my English is just so bad today, but I strongly believe that enough bots or enough plants being placed and in a tactical position can save your defense point, even if there's no one in here protecting it physically themselves. So if you just go through the list, you can see I've got every single one apart from Mr. Toxic. That is a bit of a shame. You can see they also resemble the potted plants that you can get if you're defending as a plant. You've got the standard pea shooter, pea gatling, or you've got a rocket bot. They are a bit different. I believe, what's that? It's like the Scaredy Shroom. Yeah, that'd be the Scaredy Shroom variant, where the Scaredy Shroom hides and then shoots. The hide and shoot bot, obviously, pretty self-explanatory. And it looks like that other plant didn't actually make it through and capture this zone. I wonder if we'll be seeing him in a bit, but I don't think they can go from zone to zone. I think once you've captured a zone, or they've gone past that round, and then they'd actually get desummoned. We'll find that out in a minute. But the same tactic goes with the zombies, guys. You want to be having healing bots at the back so you can back up and retreat from the defensive zone and heal yourself. Now, at the back, there is a few others you can have, and I'm pretty sure there's a few others you can have as the plant, such as the uplink bot or the bamboo shoot, guys. I didn't go through this just a minute ago, but if you do want some long-ranged offense attacking into the defensive zone from the back, you can have these long-ranged bots, or you can have the bamboo bots, or the bamboo plants, sorry. It's still not here. The bamboo plants, which actually shoot up into the air and attack targets at a long range. So if you've got plants or if you've got zombies coming in from the front of the defensive position, bam, you can come in and they just long range attack. And obviously, if you're this far away, you won't know that it's a bot right at the back unless you actually see it and target it or follow its shots targeting you. So it is very useful. Another bot to be looking out for. And something I actually missed in the plant spots, the plant pots as well, is the boxing bot, or what was it? Was it a bonk? I think it was the bonk Troy, which actually is really useful if you've got pots or plants in the actual defensive zone. So in a few of the rounds, I'm thinking more on gardens and graveyards when you actually need the plants, you can get a few pots in the zone, and if you've got a few of these pots in the zone, you want to be using these melee towers because they do a ton of damage. And obviously, if you've got plants or zombies in the zone, you're going to be near the pot because the pot is in the zone itself. So if you've got these boxer pots, these bonk toys, they're doing a ton of melee damage. It just is insane. Now, you can finish it up. Obviously, you've got Mr. Toasties, you've got Mr. Electros, and you've got the exploded bots. But the other ones that I really do look out for, there we go, are Mr. Freezies, just the ice version of being able to freeze someone in place. Now, I don't know if there's a goop bot here. I'm having a look at the bottom. That's just another melee bot, by the way, guys. I think that's just an upgraded version of the boxer bot, the breaker bot. That's medium range, close range. Oh no, armor breaker. So yeah, it is technically a melee sort of attacker, but it focuses more on armor. And be sure to check out our playlist down below, because I've got a quick tip on how to just absolutely eat through anyone's armor. It's insane. But the loudmouth bot, I'm guessing, would be the actual goop version of the bot. You can see it says stun, so it will stun the enemy in place, not allowing them to move. And actually, it comes to mind now that it will probably be a sonic grenade. So the goop shroom goops you like a chomper would. The loudmouth bot would sonic grenade you just as an engineer would, which obviously you can't use your abilities if you're sonic grenaded. You can't use your abilities. You're being just sort of movement impaired. You're gonna get targeted. You're gonna get killed. But I hope all of these tips on what to summon have helped you out, guys. Be sure to leave a like down below. Be sure to check out our social links down below for plenty more game on action. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more and other games other than just Plants vs Zombies. But until next time, guys, thanks. I wish you good luck in the zone with your new bot tips, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!